What's going on YouTube, man? So every day I'm trying to, you know what I'm saying, make my quality a little bit better for y'all, for the viewer. You know what I'm saying? For me too, I like nice stuff. So hopefully you like the quality update. So I got some lights going on, you know what I'm saying? I even put a new lens on the camera. Just trying to make the video more enjoyable for the viewer. All right, so let's get into the video. The video is going to be about what can you do. So I'm going to cover a military housing fraud that's been going on. So, and this is not to bash military housing. Please do not get that the wrong way. The only reason why I put this as a topic is because a lot of people, a lot of sailors, especially E6 and below, we feel like we don't know what to do with the housing fraud, or is it just the housing people are busy, or the maintenance man is busy? But we have these issues with our housing, the military housing to be exact, and we just don't get them solved. Like it be mold, pest, you know what I'm saying? It's a lot of different things, but I'm gonna go ahead and get into this particular case right now. All right, here we go. So this is called a Balfour Beatty. So they manage to privatize military housing community across the country, including one at the Tinker Air Force Base, Oklahoma, and they pled guilty to defrauding the Army, Navy, and Air Force. So like always, I'm not gonna go through the whole thing. I'm gonna just talk about the key points. It's good information, right? So pretty much the privatized military housing company settled for a criminal investigation and a civil lawsuit on Wednesday. So this was dated, what, December 23rd, 2021. So to let you know, it's not old. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna put the link in the description box. So they pretty much pled guilty to one count of major fraud and agreeing to pay $36.6 million in fines and $31.8 million in restitution to the military services, according to a Justice Department release. All right, so what did they do? So Balfour Beatty Communities LLC. So pretty much this is not just one community. This is a actual, like think of LLCs as this corporation, and then they have these different communities under this corporation name. So it's not saying that each community did these things. It's just pretty much they're blaming the LLC, and that's why it's important to have your stuff in order. So they had alleged mismanagement of private military housing that includes pests, delayed repairs, and mold. So how many times did you move into a community where stuff just wasn't right? Like you had a leak, you know what I'm saying? You had a flood, like your bathroom flooded or your laundry room flooded, or you had mold in the ceilings, or you had mold on the walls, and then like you complain, but then things don't really go, you know what I'm saying, go as you planned. It's just like nothing gets fixed. And that happens so many times to you and me. You know what I'm saying? It's not just one person, right? And so what do we do in that? A lot of times we give up. Now, don't give up. Keep putting in those requests and keep seeking help, because at the end of the day, it's about making sure it's safe for you to live. All right, so according to the court documents from around 2013 to around 2019, the employees, including former community manager Stacy, it was a former regional manager, Rick, too, sheesh, and other falsified information so that the incentive fees are falsely reflected and met the performance objectives. So pretty much they were taking the money away that was meant to be for the repairs, and then they tried to pocket the money themselves. Like, it's no secret that the government provides so much money with these contracts to these individual entities. So if you're private and you land a government contract, that's like a big win. That's a big deal. So these people are pocketing the money. That's what was really happening. They were saying they were doing these repairs, none of the repairs were getting done, and so they reported that the repairs were getting done. They falsified the documents, and then they were pocketing the money. So what happened? So pretty much all they did was they agreed to pay the money, obviously, and so they agreed to 3 years probation and 3 years of compliance monitoring. So the company itself, they took the hit of the money that they got to pay, and then they said, okay, you can watch these properties, you can review our managers, you can make sure everything's on the up and up for 3 years. So just how big was this? A lawsuit included 10 families from the Fort Bliss Lackland Air Force Base and the Shepherd Air Force Base in Texas who alleged their housing units were beset by mold, cockroaches, and leaks, and more. So it's a lot of stuff, and it's a lot of people who are experiencing this, but it's not that many people who are reporting it. So here's a stick out story. One Fort Bliss family scrambled out of bed in the middle of the night to find a ruptured hot water pipe and concrete foundation of their children's bedroom, which woke the children by burning them in scalding hot water, according to the lawsuit. Now, the company received a sweet deal. Don't get me wrong. Like, if you just paid some money, I know it's $33 million, but let's put it into perspective. They have a housing contract for the whole military, for the Army, Navy, and Air Force. And so they paid that $33 million. They don't even say how many properties they actually manage. So who knows how much money they pull in a month. Like, just put that into perspective. And so $33 million is kind of a slap on the wrist to a major LLC that's running for the military with a military contract. You see what I'm saying? And so that was just the right thing to do. They settled, and then they got 3 years of probation where they get to monitor. It doesn't even say the whole corporation, right? So they only monitoring certain properties. It's probably the companies, it's probably the properties that were actually not doing what they were supposed to do. You see what I'm saying? So I think they got a slap on the wrist. I really feel like they should have probably got dropped from the military contract, but that's just me. But I just want you guys to know, hey man, it's serious out there. If things aren't being done right, you have to say something. Don't just sit there and not say something. Happy holidays to everybody, and I hope you're enjoying time with your families, and I'll catch you next time. Peace.